Good morning, everybody. It is Thanksgiving as I'm recording this here in the United States. And so I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there who might be listening to this on Thanksgiving. I'm going to try and release this afternoon. I wanted to talk about Purism's latest blog posts. They have had two. One of them says that the Librem 5 is shipping. The Birch batch is shipping. I can't wait to get my hands on this device. This is going to be amazing. And the Librem 5 is being shipped right now with the latest hardware improvements. And everyone in the Birch batch should be receiving their phone within the next couple of days. That's at least according to their blog post. Now, I knew that this was going to happen, but there are a lot of cynical people out there who decided to take a firm anti-purism stance. And guys, I have to say, what do you got to say for yourselves now? Librem 5 is shipping. The Librem 5 is one of my favorite things of all time, and I'm very excited for this device. I was excited for it before I got my hands on it, and I was even more excited for it after I got my hands on one of the Alpine devices that Todd showed me. This is such an awesome thing. This came out yesterday, I believe. Yeah, yesterday. And the fact is, the Librem 5 is shipping to backers. Now, the other thing is, why does the Librem 5 cost so much? I get asked this question all the time. And the reason that the Librem 5 costs so much is fourfold, let's say. First of all, if you go over to Purism's blog, they have a new post called Breaking Ground that was published yesterday. Breaking Ground. This is an excellent read if you want to know exactly why the Librem 5 costs as much as it does. And yes, the Librem 5 costs a significant amount of money. The reason for that is pretty straightforward. They are not using hardware reference designs from CPU manufacturers, mostly because these reference designs integrate basically everything that your phone, all the peripherals on your device into a single package, into a single die. And that means that all of the hardware on your machine has access to the same RAM, and that's just not secure. So they decided that they were going to design their board from scratch. Developing your own logic board from scratch, that is a major undertaking for anyone, let alone a company the size of Purism. The next thing is that they have separate chipsets. So all of your your CPU is separate from your RAM, which is separate from your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth card, which is separate from your baseband. That's really important to them. That's really important to you because your privacy and security are at stake when your Wi-Fi and your RAM and your baseboard are all in a single package. What's more, the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth radios and the cellular modem are on separate M.2 packages, right? The reason that you can get tablets like Android tablets and such for so cheap is because all of the hardware design is done by the CPU manufacturer. All of the hardware, like all of the peripherals on the board, are integrated into the CPU, which means there's less manufacturing cost, less overhead when it comes to that stuff. The Librem 5 is bespoke hardware that was created by this team with separate chipsets. There you go. That's a huge amount of expense right there. And it's done in a way that's more modular and PC like than any other phone out there. This is why I'm so excited for this, is because this is literally a PC with a different CPU architecture and a customized GNOME for a touchscreen. This is a game changer, my boys. The next reason that it costs so much is because Purism has been doing much of the software development, including creating open source drivers and mainlining them into the kernel for all of the hardware that's in this device. And according to the blog post, the company that manufactures the CPU has stepped up their game and started to help with mainlining kernel support for the IMX M8, which is the CPU in this device. Purism started out doing this, and they were the first ones to actually get this done. I just realized that I wasn't capturing my webcam, but that's okay. You guys don't need to see me. The next thing, where was I? Oh yeah, the next thing is the software. Not only have they been creating open source drivers and doing so without the help of the OEM originally when they started out, but they have also been making the GNOME stack more responsive and able to be displayed on a phone form factor and be able to be interacted with like you would expect a phone interface to be. And that's super important. Like, this is the thing. It's like all of these things that they are doing, I don't think people really quite understand what they are up to. I mean, Purism is really designing a phone from the ground up. They have the CPU, but they had to design the logic board. They have like the modules for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and the cellular radio, but they had to create and mainline the drivers for these things into the kernel. And they've also had to refactor a lot of the GNOME stack in order to make it work in the form factor they were trying to achieve. So the question is, why does the Librem 5 cost significantly more than a lot of Android devices? And the answer to that question is because Android devices cut a lot of corners because they don't care about your security or your privacy. And in order to fill out those corners and in order to care about your privacy and security, Purism had to do a lot of work. And I think that we as a community are better off for it. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Happy Thanksgiving if you're in the US. Happy not Thanksgiving if you're outside the US. If you believe in the work that I do, you can support this show with a monthly contribution over on Patreon. You can also pick up a t-shirt. There's a link in the description. But no matter what you do, whether you hit that like button or share this video with your friends, don't forget to subscribe to see more from me, Gardiner. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Bye!